Okay, so good evening from Thailand. We would like to welcome all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Surya Klangrit, a PhD student from Chaoyang University of Technology, Taiwan. I'm pleased to be an MC for today's seminar session. So as we have seen from the flyer today, we have an interesting seminar topic, the impact of future smart city and on mankind. So I'm here with special guest speaker, Dr. Inam Ullah, and he is going to share his valuable knowledge and experience. So we are honored to be hosting this seminar today. So before we start this session, may I invite Dr. Yasotara, the head of AISSD, to say a few words. Please, Dr. Yasotara.
Thank you so much, Surya Klangrit. Good evening, everyone, and welcome all of you to seminar today. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much, Professor Dr. Inam Ullah for sharing your knowledge to our community. We are honored to have you here. Thank you so much.
So now, may I introduce our speakers, Dr. Inam Ullah is a faculty member at Department of Computer Science. So SCCABIST, Islamabad campus, Pakistan, and also he is the father of the Internet of Flying Vehicle Labs at AIEYS and was a lecturer at different universities in Pakistan, which includes Center of Emerging Science, Engineering, Technology, Islamabad, Abdul Wali Khan University campus and University of Savat. And recently, he is selected as a visiting researcher at King College, London, UK, and he is complete his PhD in electronics engineering from Department of Electronics Engineering, Isra University, Islamabad campus, School of Engineering and Applied Science. And also he did his master's degree in electronics engineering at Department of Electronics Engineering, Isra University, School of Engineering and Applied Science as well. So he has done undergraduate in Bachelor's of Computer Science from Abdul Wali Khan University, Pakistan. So he has published so many research articles in international journals and wrote many books, as he mentioned. And so Dr. Inam Ullah Khan, now floor is yours. Please, you have 30 minutes, please. So that's okay, Professor Dr. Inam Ullah Khan. Now the floor is yours, please.
I finally fixed it. Was some internet issue. Let me, because I'm not having the Surya kindly, yeah, got it. Thanks for that. So our today's session is about basically me and Surya basically discuss a lot about the smart cities and how we can how the smart cities have impacted life on the mankind. So smart cities are having so many automated stuff going on. So if I start from my own, as I earlier discussed with you, my abilities, that what I have done in my past and recently I'm doing nowadays. So I will start from the topic, and the topic is quite related with my research work. So that's why I was quite curious to deal with this topic. So my name is basically Inam Ullah Khan, and I'm a visiting researcher currently at King's College London, UK, and also affiliated with the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, Isra University, Islamabad campus, Pakistan. I did publish around 50 research papers, which include conference paper, book chapters, and also some of my books are also published with different publishers as well. I'm quite enthusiastic and I'm quite happy to collaborate with anyone regarding my research interest. My research interests basically include smart cities, unmanned aerial vehicles, IoTs, Internet of Things, which we commonly call, also machine learning. So that's why I discussed with Surya about this topic, that why not we should have a session on smart cities. Even recently, I got one of the project regarding smart cities. We are having one of the project director over there here in Pakistan, and they given me the authority to give them suggestions about the smart cities. So I'm having hands-on experience regarding that smart city projects as well over here in Pakistan. So hopefully this session will give an insight overview to the viewers and to the honorable guests as well. So let me start with the basics of smart city concept. What is basically smart city? If we talk about the smart city, so smart city means when we are going to automate the things in a better way to give the enhancement and the very good things to the humans. So if I say about this slide, so a city will not be smart if it will be manual. If it will be manual, it will be not smart that enough. And if I talk about automation, so many things are commonly like everyone is using that things. Like nowadays we are using internet in our daily life, and internet is just like that internet connects each and everyone with one another. Recently we did one of the project regarding the interconnectivity of humans, and we call it that internet of everything. If internet of everything, we use that so people, vehicles, and everyone can get connected with each other. Like people, data, and information, and also the vehicles, they get connected with each other. We call it internet of everything. So due to the interconnectivity of the internet, it gives us a very smart way to live in our in day-to-day life. So the development, as I'm talking about the Internet of Things for smart cities, because without Internet of Things, we cannot say that the city is smart. Why the city is dependent on Internet of Things? Because Internet of Things is basically the we can say the backbone of the smart cities, because Internet of Things means that the hardware will be connected with the internet, and the internet will be giving the facility to the smart cities. So in 2000, there was no such items found in about IoT devices, and IoT devices was quite less. People were not that much aware about IoT devices in 2000. Basically, I will say that the era of IoT gets started in 1960s when Americans, they start
ฮัลโหลสวัสดีค่ะทุกท่านยังอยู่นี่ใช่ไหมคะน่าจะเป็นเฉพาะพรีเซนเตอร์หลุดออกไปจากเขาอาจารย์คะเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตสต็อปrecord แป๊บหนึ่งนะคะ
As I said that the era of IoT devices, the era of IoT devices is basically started in 1960s because as DARPA invented the Bluetooth technology that was called IEEE 802.11. Later on in 2015 to onwards, we call it that it was like we was having billions of IoT devices in the world because IoT devices may connect each and everything together. Initially, there was no concept of Internet of Everything. At that time, IoT devices were just called that we are having a hardware and the hardware is connected with the internet. Let's say if we are having a mobile phone and to mobile phone, we can connect with our day-to-day life things like inside our home, we are having so many things connected together through the internet. And we can connect that with our mobile phone as well. If we are going to switch on our TV through our mobile phone, and so many other stuff we can do with the help of internet using some hardware devices. So for that purpose, in 2015, about 6 billion devices was found in throughout world that was called IoT devices. Later on, if we call it, that is basically a future prediction about the IoT devices, that in 2030, it will become at least 100 billion devices throughout the world. So as if we are going to smart our home, if we are going to have a smart home management system inside our areas, so I think Internet of Things is playing the backbone for the smart cities. Let's talk about a little about the future prospects of the IoT devices as well. By 2050, I think the world's population, like as right now, some of the people are living in the villages, and some of the people are going to move towards the urban areas. So if they are going to move towards the urban areas, so everyone wants good living standards. Everyone wants to have facilitated life. So if someone wants facilitated life, so everyone is moving towards the cities. Everyone wants good job. Everyone wants good education. So smart education, smart agriculture, everything is available mostly in big cities, I will say. So most of the people, it's a predicted thing. In my research, I say that about 75% of the world population will move towards the cities by 2050. This is just my prediction. And today, nowadays, about 3.6 billion people are living in cities. So if 3.1 billion people are living in cities, so if the cities will be automated, if the cities will be having the interconnectivity things, if they will be having so many projects related with the smart cities concept, so it will enhance our decision-making skills. If we will be having good data, so through data, we can easily decide our things. So eventually, as the concept of Internet of Things will switch towards the Internet of Everything. Why? Because there will be vehicles, there will be people, there will be data, everything will be connected with each other. So we call that Internet of Everything. Let me introduce a little bit about the as we discussed earlier about Internet of Things. So nowadays, due to the 2019 pandemic, COVID-19, everything's just switched towards the online things. And right now, at the moment, I'm in another country, and you guys are over there in Thailand. So due to this online thing, we are connected with each other. This, we can call it smart education, smart facility. So the online facility like Zoom, Google Meet, and so many other things. At the moment when I was doing lecturing and at Abdul Wali Khan University, one of the prestigious university of Pakistan over here. So while I was delivering lectures at the moment, COVID-19 pandemic came, and we completely switched ourselves directly towards the online education. And it was quite easy for the teachers, but it was quite tough for the students initially, because we was trying to convince the students that how to give them guidance properly through the online stuff. most of the departments was having problem because they must have to do work in their labs. If they will be having no proper labs, so they cannot do their research work properly. But in terms of computer science and engineering, most of the things are quite well, even during pandemic as well. The students' education was not suffered, I will say, because every school, college, university in throughout the world, they completely shifted towards the online stuff. Also, about, I will say that from a decade ago, people are working on the smart health. Now they are working in telemedicine, or like I will say that the telemedicinary thing is quite over there in the smart health stuff. Because if someone wants to have an appointment with the doctor nowadays, it's quite easy. They take an appointment through online and they talk with the doctor properly. If something is serious, so then after that they go towards the hospital. If I talk about the mobility, so right now, if I'm having just a smartphone, and if I want to go from one place to another from in a city, so I hardly take an Uber. Uber is a international company, and we can easily book a ride on that company through a mobile application. So smart mobility is quite easily available. The smart government structure. Due to the pandemic, I'm calling again pandemic like COVID-19, because COVID-19 has given us the facility to move towards the online things. So smart government is also become possible. But the thing regarding smart government, in the middle of my presentation, I'm going to merge the unmanned air vehicles with the smart city concept. It's a new concept in research world. So I want to integrate that. So government are facing a lot of like, if I talk about even the developed countries, they are even thinking about the cyber security attacks. Because if someone attack on the website, school website, college website, university website, or something else, if they attack on it, it's a big problem. It's a big threat to the entire world, because they can extract data. So we must have to be smart enough to work on the cybersecurity perspective as well. Recently, I did one of the research project with the Iranian university that was about Markov chain distribution to detect the cybersecurity threats in unmanned aerial vehicles to safeguard the smart city. And we easily detected about 2 attacks that was called denial of service and distributed denial of service. Later, I will a little bit discuss about that as well. So if we talk about smart agriculture, so smart agriculture is giving us the concept that we can easily use drones over there and deploy drones over there in agriculture. And it is giving us the easy facility to spray the things over there in agriculture farming. And even if we are doing some smart environment stuff, so we can use so many things regarding this. As I already discussed about the safety and security of the things, it's quite important. So we must have to deal, if we are moving towards the online stuff, so we must have to secure it as well. And also smart businesses as well. So the word smart, I added the smart with each and everything. So the smart will give us the facility to move towards the smart cities, because smart city is giving you the to connect you with each other quite easily. So let me talk a little about the another slide, and the another slide is giving us the information about the Uzbekistan. It's an underdeveloped country. I will say that it's a third world country, and they are having like they just implemented some of the projects over there regarding the smart cities. Also recently, I will talk about Singapore as well. Singapore is having governmental projects regarding smart cities, and they try to reduce the energy consumption. If I talk about in terms of the development over there in Uzbekistan, so it's quite clearly mentioned that UNDP have funded one of the project regarding global environmental facility, which is mentioned in the slide as well. And they have tried to reduce the energy consumption over there. And because the greenhouse effect is directly affecting our lives, so there are so many dangerous cases which is because of the deforestation, I will say. So energy consumption is quite important. So they worked on that, and they also track the bus traffics and at which time the bus will come, at which time bus will go, like the same timing for the train and each and everything as well. So if I'm talking about the energy, so we in this project, basically they properly worked on the smart grid technology. The smart grid technology, they have enhanced their things regarding the smart electric things, which we call it smart grid. And also they have reduced the things that, like if someone is going to violate the rules of the traffic, so due to the smart city concept, these things are quite avoided quite easily. So if we start basic infrastructure, so initially the basic infrastructure is quite manual. If we move towards a little bigger thing, so we must have to implement the small scale projects over there in a manual city. So and if we move towards, and if we want to live in a smart city, so we must have to connect people with each other. If people will be connected with each other, so easily the transformation of information can be taken place from one place to another. Right now, I'm moving towards another side, which I call it that I'm going to merge the smart city concept with the unmanned air vehicles. I selfly formulated and I claim from 2020, because one of my research article is published regarding a new language which I invented, and I call that enhanced ad hoc net. It is basically on the working principle of ant colony optimization, and I claim it the language for drones. And that language of drones is quite better if we are the people and if we are communicating with each other in English or any other language. So I will say that drones are machines, but they can also talk with each other in their own language. So I basically built a language which enhances the capability of drones, and drones can be easily deployed in each and every situation. Right now, we can make use of which I call Internet of Drones. Internet of Drones is the combination of Internet of Things and unmanned air vehicles as well. So we can use this stuff in video and photography, medical field application, logistics. If I talk about logistics, so the Amazon and DHL are the companies, they have deployed unmanned air vehicles in many places. And if I talk about the medical application, so we can easily say, and we can easily call the example of pandemic, because during pandemic, we was having so many problems, and to overcome that problem, unmanned air vehicles can be easily used for the transformation from manual cities to smart cities. And right now, if we are having an event in our day-to-day life, so we commonly use quadcopters. Quadcopters are the mini unmanned air vehicles, we call it. If I call the unmanned air vehicle, so there are two forms of unmanned air vehicles. One is for civil application and another one for military application. For military applications, the drones are quite different. Even there is a military guy, he's having a drone in his hand, above his hand, and he's showing us a swarm, like a small scale mini drone. So mini drones can also be used. So unmanned air vehicles can be used for public safety and agriculture, as I earlier discussed as well. But for governmental purposes, we must have to make proper laws to ensure the safety of the normal human as well. Because if I'm having a quadcopter and if I want to take some photography things from my surrounding, so there might be one of the guy, he will be saying that why he's capturing this moments. And why, if he's having a home nearby, so he might say that why you are capturing the video nearby my home. So we must be having proper laws for this as well. So that's why smart government is quite enough to ensure the rules and regulations for the smart cities concept as well. As I claim and I say that I developed one of the routing protocol. Routing protocol is basically called, I will call it, I used to train my students regarding the routing protocol and computer communication technologies a lot. So I used to give this example a lot, and I read this example when I was a bachelor level student, and the book was about Behrouz Frozen is the author of that book, and the book name is Data Communication and Networks. In that example, if we call what is a protocol, what is a routing protocol, so we say it, if let's say if we are having two people in one room over there, and one person is Chinese and another one is German, and they can communicate with each other because their languages are different, but they can communicate through English. English is the medium for both of them. So we can call it that English is the routing protocol for both of them. So we can call that English is a routing protocol used over there, or either we can say it that it is a medium as well. So I claim and I have developed a newly emerged routing protocol specifically for drones. And I tested it over here, and it is working, and it is giving me a very better results. So my routing protocol is basically quite sensitive to packet drop rates. If we are sending some data, so it's quite sensitive regarding that. And it is yielding the network throughput, like how many data we have received with respect to time. So it is working on the network throughput as well. And it is quite tolerant to the end-to-end delay, like we call it network jitter as well. And it also try to save some sort of a node's energy as well. In my that research, I did implemented that algorithm, and I even deployed that algorithm on a proper scale on industrial level as well on drones. So it is giving me about 1/3 of energy. It is my algorithm can easily save 1/3 of drone energy, and they can easily use it somewhere else if they want. If the base station direct you, so they can use it. And this routing protocol is basically based on the basic working of ant colony optimization. The basic pseudocode of the algorithm is right over here. Basically, I have enhanced the ant colony optimization. As we know that ants are they are basically blind, and they can't see when they are going to move from one place to another. They are dropping pheromone from their mouth, and when they drop the pheromone from their mouth, so they try to travel on that pheromone. So when they are traveling on that liquid, we call that liquid pheromone. So if they are traveling on that specific pheromone, so they will be moving from source to the food destination. And they try to collect the food from that place, and then they bring back that food to the their source, or either to the destination.
I'm so sorry, Professor. So we have less than 1 minute. So after the time is up, I will send you a link so you can continue your presentation. Okay.
Sure.
I want to say hello to Professor Dr. Waimo Kuma, my supervisor from Taiwan. Hello, Professor. Hello, Pa.
Hello. Yes. Yeah, it is going very nice presentation. Yes, I am listening. Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you for sending me the request. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think continue. Then we will discuss.
Thank you.
End of your presentation. Yes.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor. Thank you. Okay. อาจารย์ที่ปรึกษา next.โอ้ท่านอาจารย์อันนี้ห้องของท่านอาจารย์ใช่ไหมคะโอเคโอ้เพิ่งพาอาจารย์นิดนึงนะคะอาจารย์ โอเคเดี๋ยว
จะยาวได้นะคะรอบเนี้ย
โอ้
Thank
thank
you
you
so much Thank you so much น่ารักสวยด้วยน่ารักด้วย
welcome ค่ะ
ต้องไปเลี้ยงเนื้อย่างเขาเลยนะเธอ
อ๋ออาจารย์เย็นนี้ไหมเราเจอกันเย็นนี้ไหมอาจารย์อยู่ที่ไหน
คือติดนานแล้วนะดรได้โสธราติดไว้หลายรอบแล้วนะ
เอ้าอาจารย์ไม่เห็นอาจารย์สักคืนอ่ะอาจารย์เอาเย็นนี้ไหมล่ะไปไหมพวกหนูกำลังจะไปกินกระทะระย่างอยู่หน้าราชภัฏโอเคนะมาเจอกันโอเคไหม
ไม่
ให้
ตอน
ไปรับไหม
คะไม่ใช่ตอนนี้ใช่ไหมคะ
เอาตอนที่เสร็จนะคะเสร็จจากตรงเนี้ย
ค่ะ
Okay Professor Dr. Inam Ullah you can presentation slowly again slowly
Okay, I think I'm a little fast with my English. Is it like that?
Okay next you can presentations
Okay, so should I continue?
yes you can
Okay, thank you. So as I was discussing about the enhanced and forknet algorithm, this algorithm is basically based on the basic principle of ant colony optimization. As I discussed earlier, that how ant can move from the source to destination, and for the ants, the destination is basically the food sources. And when they take that food sources towards their source back, so they are basically blind, so they move with the pheromone. When they are moving with the pheromone, so over there something happened that is called evaporation process, because it's a liquid. So when they are dropping that liquid, so that dropping of liquid can be like they either can be evaporated as well, because it's just like a water. So if it is just like a water, so I put over there that I call it energy stabilization threshold. Energy stabilization threshold is like that. It's the main topological scenario for the flying ad hoc networks. If I just talk about the energy stabilization threshold, so this is the basic formula which I have personally designed. This formula can easily give me the 1/3 of the drone energy, where I can easily save about 1/3 of energy of a drone. So this formula consists of, I have put this formula over there in the process when the evaporation process of the ant colony optimization is started. So I fix this formulation over there to find out the initial energy, to first put the initial energy and to find out how much energy has conserved over there with every drone. So this formula states that IE is basically the initial energy of every drone or a node, and ABC is the X, Y, and Z dimensions. If I talk about N, so N is basically number of nodes. And if we talk about the E, if I just talk about the E, so E is basically the natural log. Natural log is commonly found in our mathematics, where the value of the natural log is about 2.718. As I have just skipped a little bit about the thing that is that the simulator which I have used, that is Network Simulator 2, I have specifically used for the simulation purposes. And the time I have taken for about 31 drones, it was about 180 seconds. And well, if someone is going to implement a new language for unmanned air vehicles, so they must have to use the random waypoint or any other mobility model. There are around the world, there are about 5 to 6 mobility models, which we commonly call it nomadic mobility model, random waypoint, random walk mobility model, Gaussian mobility model. Basically, I have chosen this random waypoint mobility model because this model is based on the Brownian motion. And Einstein given the formulation and the concept of the Brownian motion. So I am quite much inspired from the Einstein as well. And that's why I formulated this formula as well. One of my colleagues, he was saying me, he once given one of his research work, and he was saying me, he was also from social science, and he was saying me that Inam, Newton is having this formula, Einstein is having this formula. Do you have any formula? So I basically formulated this formula regarding drones. So I sent him this formula that I made and formulated this formula, which is giving me efficient results regarding drones. So the initial energy of drones over here, I fixed that is 75 joules. So I used to put the 75 joules over here, which is the initial energy, and drones, I'm using about 30 drones, and one is the base station. So sorry. So on x-axis, my dimensions are 1,000 meters, and 1,000 meters for the y-axis, and 1,000 meters for the z-axis. So this is a basic formulation which gives me the 1/3 of each and every drone energy. So these are the results of the formula which I implemented over there in the ant colony optimization, which we call it the variant of ant colony optimization, which is called ant hawknet. That's why I call it ant hawknet, because I have put the energy stabilization threshold. So that's why I call this algorithm enhanced ant hawknet. So this formulation has given me the better results instead of in comparison with dynamic source routing. Dynamic source routing is a traditional routing protocol or a language which can be used in between different nodes. Also the temporary ordered routing algorithm, and there is a multi-dynamic routing algorithm as well found. So ant hawknet, or if I call it ant hawknet, it is giving me the best results in comparison with the others. The same results we can check regarding throughput as well. Throughput is basically how many packets we have received with respect to time, that we call it a throughput. So ant hawknet and ant hawknet is giving me the best possible results in terms of throughput. If I call it end-to-end delay, so end-to-end delay is the how many messages I have received. So I basically calculate the average of that, and how much I have received and how much is the sending packets. So we basically minus that from each other, and that we call it the average end-to-end delay. So in this formulation as well, in this parameter as well, ant hawknet has given me the best possible results. Now, as ant hawknet algorithm is made and it is giving us the best possible results regarding drone energy, it can easily conserve about 1/3 of drone energy. It can improve the overall network lifetime. It can improve the quality of service. Quality of service is the best parameter which can be used in the smart cities concept. And also in our day-to-day life nowadays, it is called it in quality of experience as well. So we can call this algorithm about the energy as well, because it has enhanced and it has improved the drone energy. So the current level of the drone energy has quite much improved with this. Let's say if the drone is having 100% of energy, and if the drone energy just if the drone can easily use the 75% of energy, so the 25% will be still over there, and it will give you the alarm because of my formulation, and it will give you the message to the base station that this thing is now done. If some other drone can come and like go over there, so it will be better. So so many other things can happen regarding this because of the decision-making process, because decision-making process is very much important with the smart cities concept. There is another one of my contribution which I claim I have used that in the working scenario of a decision tree. Decision tree is basically a machine learning approach. Machine learning approach, if I commonly say that if I'm having a kid, and if I say to that kid that if I say to the kid 1,000 times that this is a map, so he or she can easily be trained on that specific sentence about it. So this process is called basically supervised learning. In machine learning concept, we call it supervised learning. There is a mentor, there is a teacher over there, and he or she is going to train that specific student. So this sort of a concept is called supervised learning. So I have used one of the approach that is decision tree, and it is based on the supervised learning concept. If we see in this figure, there is about a very good scenario of a smart city where I have deployed drones over there, and I have connected drones with the smart city concept, because I have divided the city in about 3 dimensions, 3 chunks or 3 places, where some swarm of drones are over there, where one drone is over there, which we call it multi-layer drones or single layer drones as well. So they are connected with the vehicular technology, because if I talk about the vehicular technology, so there are about 3 technologies which are directly used in the smart city concept, which we call it mobile ad hoc networks, vehicular ad hoc networks, and flying ad hoc networks. Flying ad hoc networks are directly referred to drones, basically. So this concept is basically giving us the information that how we can connect directly and easily with the drone, and drone can give us a very refined data regarding that specific area. Because if I talk about the satellite, so satellite can also give you a very good and refined image, but that image is also having quite not that much good information. But drone can give you the real-time data regarding that. So no doubt, satellite can give you information, but I will say that drone is giving you the real-time information instead of satellite. I'm not saying that satellites are not good. Without satellite, we cannot do anything, because nowadays, if we are talking about war, if we are talking about if there is a FIFA match over there in Thailand or Brazil over there, so we can easily watch through satellite. But drone is having a real-time sort of a thing. So let me move towards my innovation, which I did regarding drones. In this slide, we see a base station, and the base station is basically connected with some drones. As the drones are moving a little far from the base station, so the signal strength is becoming weaker and weaker. And I tried my level best to enhance the signal strength in between the unmanned air vehicles and the base station. So for this purpose, as the drones become quite far from the base station, so we call that process a line of sight. That is called, it is basically out of range from that specific area. Because inside drone, we can call it that if we are talking about the IoT devices, so IoT devices are the backbone for the smart cities. But if I talk about the unmanned aerial vehicles, so unmanned aerial vehicles are having the wireless communication technology. So wireless communication technology can be used as a backbone technology for the unmanned aerial vehicles. So I have basically enhanced and improved the signal strength of the base station from drones. So I have used this specific formulation, which is quite famous, which is called Euclidean distance, which I use to calculate my distance if the drone is becoming far from me, so how I will calculate the distance. So I have used this formulation, which is called Euclidean distance formula. With this approach, if the nodes will be static, let's say if there will be sensor deployed on the trees, so one sensor is how much far from the another sensor. So we can easily calculate through the basically through the working principle of the Euclidean distance, which I have calculated in the slide, which is given as. The same principle is deployed in many fixed, I will call it fixed sensors, which are deployed in the trees. If I'm talking about the trees, so the trees concept can be evolved from a, I will say from a forest, because if a forest will be having a fire, so the fire can, if there will be fire and if there will be sensors over there, so the sensors will give you direct information regarding the forest that there is a fire and go and fix that thing. So that's why I have calculated the distance through Euclidean distance formulation. The same thing happened in between the base station and the forest, and the forest is having so many trees. So this scenario can be used in the working principle of the wireless sensor networks. So basically, I have used distance as a metric, as a parameter to enhance the signal strength in between them. When I was going to deploy the same technology in unmanned air vehicles, so as the unmanned air vehicles are moving away from the base station, so the same thing is happening in between unmanned aerial vehicles as well. So that's why I thought that I should work in this technology to improve the signal strength in between the base station and the unmanned aerial vehicles. So I deployed a decision tree classifier over there, and I have used a basic data set which was earlier used in 2018 specifically for the wireless sensor networks, and which has given me a very better results. I will say that in the scientific world, 1% innovation, 1% improvement is a big innovation. And I claim that quite easily. So this was my thing I have used in a decision tree approach. One thing we can commonly use in the smart cities concept, that is called localization. Localization is basically the concept that if we want to pinpoint some person, if we want to pinpoint a node, something like that, so we use actual distance. We used to calculate the actual distance of that guy or a node or a workstation, or also we can try to use the estimated distance of that node or like that. So we use localization technique to pinpoint the actual distance of that node. So localization can also be quite helpful in the decision-making process of the unmanned aerial vehicles. And I have deployed this localization technique by using 3D centroid algorithm to enhance the capabilities of the unmanned air vehicles regarding the concept of the smart cities. So this slide is giving us the information that how far the unmanned air vehicle can be on the top, like how far will be like I'm talking this right now I'm talking about the height, like how like it will be, at which height it will be. We must have to calculate that height. So height is very much important in improving the receive signal strength indicator and calculating the distance between two unmanned air vehicles or in between the base station and unmanned air vehicles. So this thing is quite important. One of the things, recently I have joined one of the lab as a researcher, and I'm also working to enhance the ZigBee technology as well. In our homes, everywhere we are using the wireless technology that is called IEEE 802.11. And the ZigBee is the advanced version of that technology, which we call it IEEE 802.15.4. So currently, as a researcher, I'm working with the Los Angeles group, that is Arcano group, and we are trying to develop a new technology to enhance the ZigBee protocol, and it will be deployed around the world. And it is a funded project, and I'm working towards to enhance the ZigBee technology, which is directly affiliated with the group of the Linux Foundation as well. Linux is basically an operating system like the way we are using Windows. So Linux is a command line operating system. Throughout the world, technology people are using that, and it is giving a very better results and the things to the humans. So ZigBee is the technology which I'm going to enhance as well, and I have specifically used this ZigBee technology to enhance the capability of the unmanned air vehicles from the base station to drones. So it is quite secure, it is quite easily to configure, and it is a very short range communication technology as well. And the range is about 10 to 100 meters, and indoors is about 30 meters. So if we compare the Bluetooth technology with the ZigBee, so it is giving us the comparison that the ZigBee is quite much fast in comparison with the Bluetooth. Bluetooth is quite slow. As I discussed earlier, that the Bluetooth technology was earlier formulated and invented at the time in 1960s. So right now we are living in 21st century. So in 21st century, ZigBee is the advanced version of Bluetooth. So the simulation parameters which I have used for this specific experimentation, which is MATLAB I have used, and log normal model, which I have used, like the path loss model I have used for that, and decision tree as a classifier. So these are my results, which I have, let me show you the comparative results of this thing, which I have done some sort of a comparison with the earlier researchers, how they did their work. So my technology and my thing is giving about 1% improvement from the previous one. So if I'm going to conclude throughout my presentation, in my presentation, you guys have seen that I discussed a lot about Internet of Things. I discussed a lot about the interconnectivity, how it can help the concept of a smart city, and how I have formulated one of the algorithm that can be used directly in the unmanned aerial vehicles. And also I have merged the unmanned aerial vehicles with the concept of smart city. One of my recent research article is published in USA, and it was about a new routing protocol, which I have also which I have also formulated for drones, and it was specifically deployed for the purpose to enhance the interconnectivity thing in between smart city. Inside the smart city, if there will be people, if there will be vehicles, so it has quite enhanced so many things over there, and it has I will say that it has improved the overall standard of the communication in between nodes. So I will say, if I conclude, so mobility patterns are quite much important for the things, and deploying a routing protocol, which I call it a language as well. So deploying that thing and using a meta heuristic search algorithms are so much difficult to work with it. And for this purpose, I have formulated enhanced ad hoc net, which I have discussed with you guys, and which I have compared with the legacy, the traditional or the contemporary routing protocols as well. And the ad hoc net is giving us the tremendous results in comparison with the others. Also using the decision tree approach to improve the receive signal strength as well. For future perspectives, I will say that in near future, everything will be moved towards a smart city concept. So we all will be using Internet of Things devices. We all will be quite much connected, like the way we are right now connected with each other. Right now, I will say that it is the era of globalization. So I think we have to study much more about mobility models and routing protocols and implement that models. So it will enhance the capabilities of drones and also the humans as well, because as the technology has diverse quite much, because like right now, I am sitting over here in Pakistan or UK, I can be virtually available over there in Thailand as well. It is because of the metaverse technology. I will be right over here in another country, but I will be just over there in Thailand as well. Might be I will talk with you guys over there. And so this is the beauty of technology, I will say. So this was all about my presentation. And at the end, I will quote this, that wise management of resources result in high quality of life. So these things are quite important for the concept of smart city. And I will say, and I will conclude at the end as well regarding the smart cities concept, that if the young minds move towards the technological things, and if they do work on the technology stuff, so they can achieve much more things regarding that. And I'm quite happy while I'm doing lecture in different universities, students are very much important, curious to learn about the engineering stuff. Because I think, and I always address my students regarding this, that we should do each and everything consistently. We should not do something for an occasion, something for a purpose. We should do it continuously, that we can achieve something, we can get success something. So that's the end of my presentation. Hopefully you guys I have entertained you guys quite well. So if there will be any question regarding the smart city concept, I will be happy to answer it. And also the merger of unmanned air vehicles with the smart cities. So any question if you guys are having, I will be happy to answer. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to thank our speaker. And at this time, we would like to open the forum for the questions. Please, if anybody have a question, they can turn on your microphone and ask the question. Please.
Thank you very much. Hi, I am Dr. Nonglak Ani. This is the first time for me to get to know the smart city is, but I still confused that. Smart city is the same meaning of digital city or Internet of Things, or plus or together. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's such a nice question, and I'm quite honored to answer this question, because Internet of Things is basically a new, I will not say a new concept, but through Internet of Things, we can automate, we can give a new insight information to a manual city. And a manual city is not a smart city. Smart city will be like through internet, each and everything will be connected. So Internet of Things is giving you the facility, is giving you the hardware to intercommunicate or interconnect with each other. So in smart city, as everything will be interconnected with each other, so that's why Internet of Things are the backbone of smart cities.
That's great answer.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So anyone have the questions? Dr. Yasotara, please.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Dr. Inam Ullah. You can sharing knowledge is a very good idea and very good projects. Thank you so much to presentation today. I'm happy to see you and nice to meet you. Yes, Professor, I have a question, please. What negative effect does smart city have on humans? Please and accept examples. You know? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let me elaborate this a little more, as I earlier discussed about this thing as well. First thing, I'm quite honored to have the honorable guest as a professor, and I'm so much honored for that. So I'm so pleased to see you guys from another counterpart there from Thailand. So thank you so much for giving me the honor and respect. And another thing, if I answer the question, the answer of this question is quite, I will say, simple. because like for every new technology, we must have to make some rules and regulations for that. Let's say if any new technology is coming, if we are giving some new solutions, so we must have to give a proper like a e-government or a smart government. A smart government is giving the possible solution and rules and regulations for that particular technology. In terms of the smart cities concept, I will say that as the rules and regulations will be coming, so the public security will be ensured easily. And it is having a direct impact on the humans, because as I have given the example, let's say if I'm having a drone and I'm going to capture some of the moments of my neighbors. So the neighbors will say that why you are capturing our video. They can say something to me. They can file an FIR against me, like a direct report to the police, that they will say that why Inam is doing like this, why he's capturing our private moments. So these things are quite familiar, and these things are quite interconnected with the new technology. So that's why I call it a smart government will be the best government to give good rules and regulations and good laws to ensure the safety of every human. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So right now, I would like to welcome my supervisor, PhD dissertation from Taiwan.
Sure.
Professor Dr. Vaimol Kumar, please. You there? อาจารย์จะเข้ามาหรือยัง Oh, he get out already. Okay.
It's more free time.
He's busy. Oh, okay. He has a dinner. Okay.
It's very great.
Okay. So, Ajahn Waragrit, Chunjit, do you have anything to share and any question for Professor Dr.
Of course,
Please.
I see that in the future we might have the tree to roughly the land for the localizations to control the nodes. And I want to ask the professor about the aspect of tourism. What the advantages of the technology towards the tourism?
Okay, got the question.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm quite honored to have you, and thank you for asking the question as well. And it is a very good question, because the thing I will say that if we are going to promote anything, localization is a process. It will be involved, because if some tourist is coming to a new country, so they are not aware of the places. So if they are not aware of the places, and if we implement the localization techniques everywhere, so we can locate the person quite easily. We can estimate the distance of that, like from actually when he arrived to the airport and when he went to somewhere else to the tourist spot. And if something bad incident happened to him, he can easily be tracked. So the localization technique can give you the opportunity and the technology to locate the person quite easily. Let's say if I'm right here in Pakistan or UK, if you are going to locate me, so through technology, you will be using the IP address of that person. Or if I'm going to track you down more easily, so I will be going to use the MAC address of your laptop or your PC. So through your MAC address, I can even control your laptop as well. So in outside, in foreign countries, if someone is having a problem regarding laptop, so they do not take the whole laptop to the shop. They hardly give the telnet authority that are the username and password, which we call it the for communication passwords, like using any disk or any sort of a thing. you will give to that IT person or the IT expert. He will locate each and everything of your laptop and he will fix it and he will give you back. The same thing is using over there in the localization, especially for the tourism. As I given the example that if someone is coming from abroad, let's say if I'm a Pakistani, I'm coming over there to Thailand, and if I want to travel, but I don't know the places. If I don't know the places and if something bad incident happened to me, how the government officials will locate me? They will be unaware. They will be trying to look me over there in the videos. If someone capture me through videos, or might be there will be some surveillance cameras. So surveillance cameras can also be a very good solution, but I will say that localization techniques can also be used using the satellite communication, and also drone communication can also locate that specific person. So I will say that tourism can be enhanced by using, and it can be quite secure, it can be quite safe using localization technique. Thank you so much, sir, for asking the question. Hopefully you got your answer.
May I ask another question?
Please,
Sure.
please.
Thank you. Is it possible to invent other appearances other than the nodes or bees or birds, such as spiders or some ants, to inspect the in the hole or in the building or something like that?
I'm sorry to say, sir, can you elaborate your question a little, because I did not got your question.
Is it possible to invent other appearances other than the dragonflies or birds? I mean, may it is ant to observe the situation, or observe in a hole or in some place that hard to get in, something like that.
Got the point, sir. Got the point. Yes, we can make use of right now. The concept is quite familiar, like the way you said dragonflies. Yeah, dragonflies can also be used, but dragonflies might be having quite costly. So many drones are used to ensure the security of each and everyone. These are quite mini sort of drones, and they can be
Surya, what happens?
อาจารย์วิจิตราฝั่งนู้นคือไฟดับใช่ไหมคะ เหมือน
What happened?
เหมือนดังไปเลย
น่าจะเป็นปัญหาจากที่นู่นนะคะ
so เดี๋ยวพอเราปิดงานจะเชิญผอ.ดร.นงรักอานีกล่าว thank you หน่อยในฐานะเป็นที่ปรึกษาสมาคมนักวิชาการอิสระ
ไม่ได้เตรียมสปีชเลย
No, you are professor. Okay. เดี๋ยวรอท่านช่วยนิดนึงโอ้ยท่านที่ปรึกษาฉันก็ขอ PowerPoint ของท่านอาจารย์แต่ว่าท่านหมายที่จะแชร์ไหมเนี่ย ท่านเข้ามาแป๊บหนึ่งฟังเสร็จน่าจะไปทำธุระต่อ
ต้องถามว่า professor ดรอะไรนะคะ อิมาน
Professor ไวโมค่ะอาจารย์ไวโมอาจารย์ professor หนูมีสกุลวัดมากกว่า60ชิ้นนะอาจารย์เลยท่านอยู่อาจารย์แล้วท่าน presentation นี้ก็คือเป็น
Professor ดร.อินามอุลาคันค่ะ
คนนี้สถานอันนี้มีหนังสือมีสกอปัดเยอะมากอาจารย์50-60หนูว่าจะขอให้เพิ่นมาสอนอยู่เนี่ย
เลิศเดี๋ยวนะแป๊บนึง
หนังสือเยอะมากแบบที่พวกอะไรนะพวกเศษพวกที่เป็นฐานที่นานาชาติเขาทำนะอาจารย์พวกหนังสือพวกอะไรอย่างนี้นะ ที่ไม่ให้โดนชอบสั่งมานี่นะพวกฐานเศษอะไรอย่างเงี้ยพวกสปริงเกอร์อะไรอย่างเงี้ยเขาจะทำหนังสือหลายเรื่องมากค่ะน่าจะเป็นผู้เชี่ยวชาญทางด้านพวกเทคโนโลยีพวก AI อะค่ะเหมือนท่านถูกเชิญไปเป็น visiting researcher ที่ King College London ด้วย
ไม่อยากบอกเลยว่านี่เพิ่งครั้งแรกที่แบบว่ามานั่งฟัง Smart City
อาจารย์เราไม่ใช่นักเทคโนโลยีเนาะ we are not technologists you know เราเป็น social science นะ
อยากจะบอกไม่แอบอ่านนั่นคือหมายถึงว่าแอบไปหาความรู้มานิดนึงก่อนเพื่อเราจะฟังอะไรเงี้ยรู้สึกว่าเขาจะโฟกัสที่โดรนเยอะมากไอ้เราก็พยายามจะตามอยู่เพราะเราไม่ได้เชี่ยวทางด้านนี้ไงพยายามว่าทำไมเขาโฟกัสที่โดรนเยอะมาก
ค่ะอาจารย์นงรักหนูไม่รู้เรื่องที่เขาพูดอะไรเลยหนูพูดตรงๆว่าหนูไม่รู้เรื่องพูดอะไรเดี๋ยวฉันจะฟังอาจารย์เขาเป็นคนสร้างอัลกอริทึมคณิตศาสตร์พวกโดรนบินอาจารย์ที่ลอนดอนคือเรื่องนี้ที่เขาเชิญนางไปพัฒนาอัลกอริทึมเขาอินจิเนียร์แบบนี้อาจารย์ก็เลย
ก็เท่าที่จับค่ะก็จับใจความได้ก็เนี่ยเขาน่าจะโฟกัสที่โดรนเยอะแล้วก็ไล่หรืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเนาะใช่ไหมที่เกี่ยวกับไอ้ต้นไม้ไอ้ตัวโหนดนี่คืออะไรคะท่านอาจารย์วรกฤษที่เป็นโหนดคือโหนดในการรับใช่ไหมคะคืออันนี้ต้องออกตัวนี้บอกไม่ค่อยถนัดทีนี้ก็ร้อย
เป็นโดรนครับเป็นโหนดที่รับสัญญาณจากต้นไม้ครับต้นไม้เป็นตัวส่งสัญญาณครับแล้วตัวส่งสัญญาณเนี่ยแกนิยามว่าเป็น localization ครับ
Is everything about you okay, Professor?
Yeah, right now everything is fine. So if we continue with the same question answer, so I think localization can help you find and locate each and every tourist and through using unmanned vehicles or either satellite communication as well. So localization is the best technique which can be used for tourism purposes as well. Thank you so much, Professor, for asking the question.
Anybody have a question, please?
Okay, I talked in Thai just a minute before that. You lecture about your drone, a lot of drone. Why you focus on drone? I am not expert in technology. Okay. I am expert in humanities and social science, but so I'm confused. Okay, I'm so sorry to say that. Okay, I try to, but today I know about some, okay, a little more about smart city is, but I don't know much or I don't understand much about why you focus on drone. It is the most important for which city to be the smart city?
Okay, I got the point. What you are saying. Basically,
sorry to ask that question.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. And it's a very good question as well. Basically, if we are talking about smart cities, so as smart cities are having the backbone technology that is called IoT, Internet of Things. Because of Internet of Things, everything is connected with each other. So if someone go out of their rooms and if they are searching for some good internet connection, so in the near future, you guys will see drones everywhere, like drones, or I will say quadcopters, because quadcopters can be used like for normal things. They will be capturing things. They will be trying to take the videos. Might be some drones can also be used for the internet purposes as well. They can be used to give you the internet connectivity as well. Somewhere you will be not having the internet connectivity, so drone can give you that possibility. Because in the near future, if you want to show to someone that it is raining, but in real it will be not raining, so the drone technology will help you out for that. And let me tell you where my formulation can be used. My formulation, the formula I have discussed with you guys, it is basically implemented inside the drones to save drone energy. If the drone energy will be saved, so much more things and much more tasks we can do. And why I have used drones for the smart city, I think drones can be used for surveillance. It can safeguard your each and everything inside the smart city. So that's why, and my core interest in research is also drones. So from 2015 till now, and also I will say that till death I will be working in this technology because I'm quite much familiar with this technology as a technology expert.
Okay, thank you very
Welcome.
much. Okay, got it.
Welcome.
So, Dr. Lee, do you have any question for Professor?
I have one question.
Sure.
Please.
So I got one child, right? She's only 11 years old and worried about if the future in Thailand changes to be citizen, smart citizen, right? So I'm wondering how to prepare my daughter or education in the primary element school or primary higher education or and higher. I want to know what is your idea or what is your plan if Thailand changes or your country changes, like follow the new technology like this, please.
Okay, so basically you want to say that what will be the impact on that kid?
Again?
Is it that the question that what will be the impact on that kid of smart city or the new technology? What will be the impact on that kid? Can you elaborate the question again?
The questions, the plan. What do you think if Thailand or your country changes to be smart city?
Okay.
Using new technology like drone or something IoT like that. So how to prepare in the school or prepare in family? What the parents have to prepare how to take care of their kids. Like me, I got one child, right? So I'm so worried if the new technology will become in Thailand, or like, what do you think?
Okay, got the point. Got the point. I'm sorry to say because initially I did not heard your voice, and thank you so much for the question. Let me answer it. If we are having internet, we are having so many websites, but some of the websites are blocked for the year purposes, because if someone is quite kid, if they are not adult, so they cannot use that websites. So the same things can be used if better laws will be made. So I will say that the smart education, the smart government will ensure the safety for every kid. If that kid will be over there in school, if that kid will be either in university, if that kid will be either in college. So if someone is quite kid, and I'm sure that every parent will be quite worried about that. If new technology is coming, they will be checking new things. Might be something will be not for that kids, but they will be trying to check on YouTube or like that. So and also on the another stuffs as well, because if the time for that kid will be for the school time, and if he will be engaged with some other stuffs, so it's not a valid point. So I will say that even the Jack Ma is also saying that in the upcoming life, we guys must have to aware each and everyone about the new technology. Why? Because the new technology is giving us new dimensions. And as from so many years and from so many decades, we are just watching this in movies. that machines will come and it will take over the humans, and there will be no jobs for humans. So if machines are coming and if machines are taking over our jobs, so what will be happening with us? It is an alarming thing. So I think we must have to educate ourselves and also our elders, and we should educate them. We should give them proper awareness. It will be a very good thing. Let me tell you one thing. I was there with one of the discussion with the high officials over there regarding smart city over here in Pakistan, and we was discussing one of the scenario. One that there are two kids. Both of them are doing jobs, and their parents are over there in job place. So what will be the elderly person do over there in home? There was a big problem because that elderly person cannot even go to the washroom, I will say, cannot even take their medicines. So what will happen to that guy? He will be just sitting over there in that home. If that elderly person fell down from the bed, what will happen to that guy? If there will be a good technology, it will be the, let's say, if we put the IP cameras over there, so everyone can connect their mobile phone with that IP cameras, and even if that kids are over there in their job places, so they can see that elderly person, their parents, their aunts, or anyone else. They can see that by using their own mobile phone. Also, I will say that we can make sure some sensors. We can deploy some sensors in their homes, and that sensors can give you information that that elderly person is misplaced from their bed. So that guy, if that kid or like that person is there in their office, so he can call their neighbors, he can call police if he or she cannot come by him or herself. So this thing can be ensured by using technology. But for your question, I will simply answer, we need awareness. We need to aware our elders. We need to aware our kids about the new technology. Because as the new technology has arrived, and even due to the pandemic, every student, every kid is having a smartphone. Every student is using the technological stuff. So it is alarming as well. So we must have to check on our kids. How we can check on our kids? There are some sort of applications available. They can give to the kids. If you are giving that application, so that application can hardly be having the information about education. So as the technology is grooming, so I think awareness sessions must be needed for the elderly person and also for the students and the kids as well. Hope that will be the
Yes, I think
answer for that question. Thank you.
I agree with you. We have to awareness, and then we have to open our mind to receive the new technology for improve our life, improve what we go, like education or social or some whatever. We have to use technology. So
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much, Dr. Wichitra. Thank you, sir. Dr. Anam, do you have any question? Hello, you there? Please.
Hello, Professor. I think your topic very good, but I think everyone clear. I also clear because I want to listen a conclusion from Dr. Surya. Because many times when we seminar, I try to learning together, but I'm sorry, I'm not clear English because I try to understand. If you give us PowerPoint, I try to study it, follow your topic. Okay, little bit. This term I teach globalization in politics. Now I teach my students political science, globalization in Thai politics. I want to know how to use we can use smart city integrate to politics. You can example to us.
Okay. I will say that smart city is the new concept. I will define the smart city concept. So basically, the smart city is giving you the interconnectivity thing. It is going to enhance your time management. It will give you, let's say, if earlier you was doing one of the work in 2 hours, so smart city time management, it will give you a very time efficient resources. Like everywhere there will be technological stuffs and sensors, it will be giving you information and you will be making your decision quite fast. So I think a smart city will revolutionize and will give us the new dimensions in the world.
Okay, thank you. A little bit drone. We try to understand drone because of I'm humanities Department of Humanity, not technology, but you know drone is a limit law. Thai politics strict drone very much. How to ยังไงดร.โสรยาช่วยผมหน่อยเราจะทำยังไงให้
อาจารย์นงลักษ์ช่วยค่ะ
อาจารย์นงลักษ์ช่วยผมหน่อยเราจะทำยังไงให้ drone in Thailand how to clear the law of drone in Thailand
มันคืออะไรอาจารย์นงลักษ์เราก็ไม่รู้เรื่องที่เขาพูด
คืออย่างนี้ครับโดรนในไทยเนี่ยรู้สึกว่าจะมีกฎหมายบังคับมากเลยเราจะทำยังไงให้ open legal
Okay, you
state
mean that
yes
drone
legal
can be commercialized?
Thai legal state strict drone only we can clear law of drone
Okay, I try to help him. Okay,
yeah.
I try to help him in terms of law.
Yes, this
I think law restriction on drone. Law restriction in Thailand, we do not allow drone freely to fly. Okay, because we have law restriction. Okay, that he tried to ask you about what is the best way. Yes.
Yes, that's true, because I think that drones are quite restricted everywhere in most of the places, but in the developed countries, they have commercialized drones. Now, even I know well that military drones are quite much restricted with the military surveillance, or like if we are doing, but so many civil applications of drones are available around the world. Right now, Israel is using drones for the agriculture purposes. And they have enhanced their agriculture things quite well. Why? Because using drones. So I think if we commercialize drones everywhere around the world, it will be drones everywhere. And I'm telling you guys that soon the BMW company has announced the drone taxis. So tomorrow, if you will be going to call a taxi, so you will be flying in air in drone. So I think it will be giving you a good facility if you will be moving from one place to another. So I think, and I even claim as well, and I even say to here everyone that drones must be commercialized. If drones will be commercialized, so you will be having no mobility issue. If there will be traffic jam over there on a road, so you can fly in your drone. You can go anywhere through your drone or quadcopter. So it will be giving you very good dimensions of your life. It will be giving you the time management. As I told you, you can do much more work like the way you are doing right now.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we all have done with the question, right? หมดคำถามแล้วใช่ไหมเอ่ย
เดี๋ยวหมดแล้ว
Okay. So, oh my goodness, I feel like so impressed like from your informative presentation. So I would like to say thank you to our speaker, and I trust everyone learned something new for today, and I know I did. Okay, let me say from the bottom of my heart that how much we appreciate Professor Dr.
Inam Ullah.
Inam Ullah. I'm so sorry. It's hard to pronounce. I'm sorry. Inam Ullah. Okay, and for your kindness and sharing your knowledge to us today. So before we say goodbye, I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Nonglak Ani, the Dean Faculty of Human Sciences, to say thank you to the professor before we end the session. Please.
To be honored, I'm very glad to know about smart city. As I told you that I do not know much about smart city, but right now, okay, smart city, digital city or Internet of Things may be a subset of smart city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Thank you very much. So
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your useful lecture today. I hope that in the future you will give us a big chance for a big chance to get to know a new knowledge of you or a new research. Maybe other of drone. Okay, I'm waiting
Sure.
for that. Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Okay, now we have to end the session. We have to say goodbye, and please take care of yourself and stay safe from COVID-19. Have
Thank you
a
so
good
much.
day.
Thank you so much.
Namaste, sir. Namaste.
there you go.
Namaste. Namaste.
Okay.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much,
guys, for
Professor.
listening me. At the end, I will conclude two to three sentences. Thank you so much, and I'm quite honored to have some sort of a distinguished like guests, and you guys have heard my voice in terms of drones, IoT, and smart cities. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening me, and thank you so much for giving me opportunity, Surya. And hopefully I will be quite happy to have good more sessions with you guys as well regarding technology and the things. And might be if you guys invite me for your lectures, that might be I also know some of the things from you guys as well, because I heard that you guys are from different background, so it will be honored from me for me as well to learn from you guys. So thank you so much, Surya, for giving me opportunity and giving my my educational information to all of them. Thank you so much, professors. I'm quite honored. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sir, one,
Bye-bye.
please. You
Okay,
don't forget. You don't forget. Give a drone to help Ukraine. You don't forget it.
For sure.
Okay.
I will try to help people over there through using drones. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Namaste,
bye.
namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Take care.
Take care. Take care.